Hey guys, it's me, Justin. I'm back with another video. And right off the bat, I just want to apologize to you guys for the lack of uploading. The reason for this is because of this virus, I have been doing online schooling. So it's just been kind of tough for me to find the time. But today I'm really excited to be bringing out another video. What I have planned is a 2020 NFL, my 2.0 mock draft. Today is going to include trades. It's just going to be one round today, but I am going to have a lot of content that I'm going to be pumping out for you guys. So, yeah, just stay tuned for that. We're just going to get right into this mock draft. Um, yeah, so like I said, with trade, just one round. So, with the first two picks, guys, I'm not going to go too in depth here. Really, I think that we all know who it's going to be. With the first overall pick, the Bengals are going to be selecting Joe Burrow, the Heisman winner out of college. They need a quarterback. Andy Dalton's time is probably up, so it's definitely the right move here. And then with the number two overall pick, the Washington Redskins are going to be selecting edge rusher Chase Young out of Ohio State. Ohio State produces another great edge rusher. Um, the best offensive player in college and the best defensive player in college, going 1 and 2. Like I said, not going to go too in depth with that. But with the third overall pick here, I actually do have a trade. So what's going to happen is Miami is going to send. Let me find Miami. Miami's going to send 5 and 26 here to Detroit for 3. And what this does for Miami is that this secures them to Tagovailoa. So they're just making sure that teams like the Chargers or Jacksonville or even a team like Indianapolis can't come up and take Tua in front of them. So yeah, so they're going to come up and they're going to secure Tua here. Just find them. There we go. So Tua here is going to go number 3 to the Miami Dolphins. Pretty sure that he's pretty high on their draft board, like he is a lot of other teams. I'm hearing that he did completely just fall off out of a lot of teams' draft boards. But really, I feel like if you sit this guy behind a quality quarterback for 1 year and he gets healthy, I feel like that this guy can be really an awesome pro. So trading up here it's definitely not horrible here for Miami, and it's a nice pick here. Tua here going number 3. So number 4 here, the New York Giants. A guy like Isaiah Simmons is still on the board, which I feel like Giants fans are going to want. But they did just pick up Blake Martinez, and they really need help on the offensive line. So I feel like they're going to go out and they're going to grab their favorite offensive tackle, who I think is Jedrick Wills. I feel like it could be Mekhi Becton, but really, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to think that Wills is just more NFL prepared. So they're going to go with Jedrick Wills here, the tackle. Here at number 5, the Lions here, a guy like Isaiah Simmons is still on the board, but with the way that Matt Patricia schemes his defense, is you need a lot of corners on their defense because they don't rush too many. They don't rush too many at the quarterback, so it leaves the cornerbacks leaving to do a lot of work, having to guard the receivers a lot longer. So they're going to be going with Jeffrey Okudah here out of Ohio State. Definitely the best corner in this class. Dude's honestly a monster in man coverage and zone coverage too. He doesn't get the ball thrown to him a lot. That's why he doesn't have a lot of interceptions. And coverage, this dude's a monster. So he's just going to do right what the Lions want him to do. So with the 6th overall pick here, the LA Chargers, honestly not something that I would do. Really, I would focus on going for a tackle here, probably someone like Mekhi Becton. But what I think they're going to do is they're going to go out and try to grab their quarterback of the future in Justin Herbert. I really feel like you got to sit this guy behind the quarterback for 1 year and let him develop. He's got the arm strength. He's got that sneaky athleticism, I feel, for a guy his size. Honestly, he's pretty mobile for being like 6'4", I think he is. Yeah, the arms there definitely. But yeah, if you surround this guy with a lot of weapons, um, he can do good in the NFL, especially if you sit him on a quarterback like Tyrod Taylor for 1 year. This definitely isn't a bad pick, but me, I would go tackle here. But Justin Herbert, like I said, not a horrible pick. At number 7 here, the Carolina Panthers. Um, feel like they like a guy like Derek Brown, but with Isaiah Simmons on the board here, um, that's just a perfect pick for them. They lost Luke Kuechly, so getting Simmons is really nice. One of the best coverage linebackers in this draft, probably the best, no question about it. Actually, this dude's a monster. He plays like 5 different positions. He plays the slot corner position, strong safety, weak safety, outside linebacker. This dude, he really just does it all. He's a monster. He's my favorite player in this draft class. Probably, I want my Lions to pick him, but I'm really not sure if they're willing to do that. But in my opinion, the Panthers are definitely going to steal here. In Isaiah Simmons, this dude's like I said, um, he's just a straight up Swiss Army knife. He does everything on the football field. You ask this guy what he does, he said defense. Very impressive to me. I like this pick for Carolina here. And at number 8 here, um, the Arizona Cardinals feel like with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, receivers pretty much ruled out for them. So what they're going to do, they're going to go out and try to protect Kyler Murray some more. He got sacked like a lot last season. I know that. So yeah, what they're going to do is they're going to go out and grab that tackle of the future here to protect Kyler Murray. So they're going to go out. In my opinion, they're going to grab the unicorn in this draft. Wirfs and Thomas are both probably better than Becton, but you know that a guy like Becton is going to come in and just be dominant in the run game right away. But what you need to coach him on is the pass blocking game. So he's a project, but I say that you just take him and you try to work with him, and I feel like that's a dude that can definitely just dominate at the tackle position one day in the NFL. So with the 9th overall pick here, the Jacksonville Jaguars, in my 3.0 mock, I'm probably going to have them go with receiver, really, because I feel like they can do that to go grab Gardner Minshew, another weapon. But what I feel like they're going to do, they're going to go grab a dominant defensive lineman here, a dude that is definitely gonna disrupt the run game. Kinlaw's a little better in the pass rushing game, but yeah, like I say, Derek Brown's gonna come and dominate in the run stuffing game, and that's 2 great defensive line prospects. I feel like Derek Brown definitely a guy that can come in and dominate in the NFL, and that's a nice pick there for Jacksonville. At 10 here, I'm actually going to have another trade. So what it is the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be trading up to the 10th pick. So let's just get this all situated. Where's Philly at? Cleveland. So Philadelphia Eagles are going to be trading for the 10th pick. What they're going to be trading up for is a number 1 receiver. Need to get Carson Wentz that weapon. They need to get him that solidified number 1 receiver that's going to come in and be dominant for them, and they're just going to send their 2nd round pick in this draft. So yeah, they're going to be picking up CeeDee Lamb. Like I said in my last video, I feel like him and Judy are kind of like the 1A and the 1B, but with this combine, I feel like Lamb just edged Judy out a little bit. So the New York Jets, in this mock draft, it's kind of a toss-up again because they did lose Robbie Anderson, but they also really need a tackle to protect Sam Darnold. That's just like a huge need for them. So what I'm going to do in this mock draft is I'm going to have them take Andrew or Tristan Murphy, out of Iowa. They really need to protect Sam Darnold. That's a huge part of winning NFL games is your offensive line. Like I said, it always starts with the trenches. Um, so it'll definitely be smart or for them to go out and grab a tackle there instead of a receiver. But I can see both really. So at number 12 here, Raiders, in my opinion, are definitely going to be looking for a pass catcher. The guy that sticks out to me is definitely Jerry Jeudy here. Um, second best receiver in this draft class, definitely. Um, Best route runner in this draft class, and that's what separates him from other receivers. The Raiders need to go out and grab their receiver of the future. So Derek Carr or whoever's the quarterback there has another guy to rely on next to Darren Waller and stuff. So Jerry Judy's definitely a good pick there. Don't not having to trade up for him or anything. Staying at 12, it's definitely a solid pick. Um, I really like it because I feel like Jerry Judy is feel like he's another guy that can just thrive in this league. So at number 13, the San Francisco 49ers. The reason why they traded for this 13 overall pick, in my opinion, is to get a receiver. And the receiver that they end up with is going to be Henry Ruggs here. Bearing that anyone else trades up for a receiver or like the Jets take one, I feel like they can definitely um, end up with one of the top three receivers in this draft class. And in this instance, it's Henry Ruggs. So, like I said, I feel like they did trade up for a receiver for another threat for Jimmy Garoppolo to throw to, a guy that they can put next to George Kittle and Debo Samuel, and that receiving core will honestly just be top tier, in my opinion, if they had a guy like Henry Ruggs. So at 14 here, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just lucked out, in my opinion. You just get Tom Brady, and you need to fix your offensive line. A guy like Andrew Thomas, who some may consider the best tackle in this draft class, falls to you. You got to take him here to protect Tom Brady. It's a great pick here for you not having to trade out to get a guy like this. For him to just fall to you, like I say, when you need to improve your offensive line, especially when a guy like Tom Brady comes to your team. It's really just that's a nice value pick there. So at 15 here, the Denver Broncos, they want a receiver, but unfortunately they missed out on all of them. They did trade for AJ Bouye, but with a guy like CJ Henderson on the board, who some people are talking about can go even in the top 10, I feel like they got to take him. Another great pick there. I feel like that's a nice value pick. To get the second best corner in the draft class at 15. It's really not bad, even though you did want a receiver there. Um, I don't think it's that bad. So at 16 here, um, Atlanta Falcons feel like they could go cornerback here, but with a guy like Kinlaw on the board, they've just got to take him. They did. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So the Falcons did sign Dante Fowler. So they're not going to go out and grab Jason. I know that they need a corner, but I just feel like Kinlaw is a really just special prospect, and they know that, and they value defensive line a lot over there in Atlanta. So they're going to take it over a corner. I know that they lost Trufant and stuff, but like I said, they value the defensive line. Kinlaw's there, so at 17 here, the Cowboys. I feel like corner isn't as big as a need as others feel like it really is. Um, they're going to go out and they're going to grab an edge rusher here. another one of their another one of their needs. Go out and grab Chashan out of LSU. Pretty dominant edge rusher. Um, Definitely the second best edge rusher in this draft class. That dude's special, and I don't know. I just feel like he's a really nice talent. So I don't see Dallas. I don't see him falling past Dallas. So at 18 here, Miami Dolphins. I feel like it would really be smart for the Dolphins to go out and solidify that offensive tackle spot. I don't think that you should wait for that 26 pick. Well, in this draft, they did trade the 26 pick, but in real life, if they don't, I feel like they shouldn't mess around. They should just go out and grab um, an offensive tackle to solidify that spot. I feel like it's kind of smart to pair your quarterback with your offensive tackle. And I feel like that guy in this draft and in real life is going to be Josh Jones because he's available here. And he's a solid offensive tackle out of Houston. So I like that. At number 19 here, the Oakland Raiders. Um, Raiders did take a receiver with their first overall pick, or with their first round pick. Um, so they're going to be looking at cornerback here, probably. Um, Cornerback or D line. If a guy like Kinlaw falls to them, I could see them taking Kinlaw really. But in my opinion, the third best corner in this draft class is out of LSU. Some may argue even the second best, but that's starting to die down a little bit. I feel like Fulton shot up on a lot of people's draft boards, or excuse me, Henderson shot up on a lot of people's draft boards. So Oakland Raiders are going to end up with Fulton there. At 20, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars did address defensive line, so two positions that they can be looking at here are receiver and cornerback. Which one they prefer more is really up to them. For me, I see Justin Jefferson on the board, and I also see a guy like Trayvon Diggs and Jeff Gladney on the board. When's their pick in the second round? Because I feel like they should go with corner here, just because this is a deeper receiver class, so they can get a pretty quality receiver to add to that already pretty quality receiving core. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with Trayvon Diggs here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Get them a corner because they really need one. After losing Jalen Ramsey and trading away AJ Bouye, they really need one. So Cleveland Browns here. They need a tackle and they also need a safety. I feel like the Browns, if they trade back, they are maybe a dark horse for like a Kenneth Murray type. Because they did sign Jack Conklin, so I don't know. Maybe they invest in like a tackle in the later round. So I don't know because this is different because they did trade back in this mock draft. So here, this is what I'm gonna have them do. I'm gonna have the Browns actually draft a linebacker here instead of a tackle. If they did draft a tackle, it'd probably yeah, like a guy like Austin Jackson or like Ezra Cleveland. But with the fact of them trading back, I do see them drafting a guy like Kenneth Murray. It makes sense here. So at 21, I was going to include another trade in this mock draft. So that's actually what I'm going to do. What I'm gonna have happen is the Minnesota Vikings are going to trade this 22nd overall pick, which they actually traded for. So let me just find the team. You guys will figure out here. Indianapolis is gonna trade up right Minnesota here. Okay. So Indianapolis is going to trade up right in front of teams like the Patriots, the Saints, and like the Titans and the Packers to get their quarterback of the future. They're going to have to trade up into the first round, which I do feel like they're going to do. So this is just the trade that I picked. Really, in real life, I do see them having to trade into the first round for Jordan Love. So that's going to be their quarterback of the future, a guy that does remind me of Patrick Mahomes, honestly. And that guy can be special if you develop him right and you groom him right. So with the 23rd pick here, the Patriots, they got Jared Stidham at quarterback, it looks like. They may draft a quarterback in a later round. So what I say is whoever your quarterback is, you probably should go out and grab him a top 4 receiver in this draft and Justin Jefferson. Add to that nice receiving core. You got Edelman, you got N'Keal Harry, who you took last year, and then you had Justin Jefferson. That's really nice. At 24 here, could see the Saints doing a few things here. If Jordan Love's still on the board, probably taking the heir apparent there. But I mean, I honestly could see a guy like Jalen Hurts going in a later round to the Saints because they do like to run that different kind of play calling. So with the 24th pick here, I feel like the Saints are going to address a pretty big need here. With their first rounder, they're going to be going with a defensive pick, and who they're going to be selecting is Patrick Queen, the linebacker out of LSU. Pretty talented linebacker. Him and Kenneth Murray are honestly pretty close in my eyes. but Patrick Queen just edges him out just a little bit. But yeah, that's definitely a nice solid piece that they can add to their defense. So with the 25th overall pick here, the Minnesota Vikings, they got a few holes on their team. One of them is corner. That's probably the biggest. The other one is receiver, which I feel like they could look into receiver in a later round. So with their 25th overall pick, they're going to be going with one of my favorite corner prospects here in Jeff Gladney. Um, I really like him. You know, he's kind of a smaller but lengthier corner, who I feel like the Minnesota Vikings are going to like. Jeff Gladney can definitely be a cornerback one in my eyes. Um, yeah, I really like Gladney, and he also had a pretty nice combine too. So with the 26th overall pick here, with the Detroit Lions trading back, the 26th overall pick, I feel like they do need to address the edge rusher position, also linebacker, but I don't really see them taking a guy like Zach Bond. Um, Really, I feel like it's going to be the edge rusher position that they are going to address, and the guy that I feel like they are going to take, if he is available here at 26, is going to be AJ Epinesa. I feel like they're going to say that that's a guy that fits the mold there. Um, hard nosed, hardworking edge rusher out of Iowa. So I like Epinesa here at 26. He didn't have the greatest combine, but I don't know. That was a guy that we were once talking about being one of the best players in college football. So I like Epinesa here. I think it's kind of good value for him at 26. And at 27, I feel like the Seahawks are also going to address the edge rushing position. I don't know if they're going to be getting Jadeveon Clowney back. So Gross Matos here on the board. I feel like he's going to go here to the Seahawks at 27. That's a nice pick there. I like Gross Matos, another hardworking edge rusher, guy that I can see coming in and producing for Seattle. So yeah, at 28, Baltimore Ravens are going to be looking to fill a pretty big need on their team. And they're going to miss out on Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen, but a guy that I also see on the board here that can probably fit their system is Zach Bond. I honestly like him. Guy that shot up on a lot of draft boards, but I feel like he can fit in real well in Baltimore. Guy that he's a nice pick here at 28, really. At 29 here, I could see a few different things for the Texans. They do need an edge rusher, so Terrell Lewis is still on the board. But instead of an edge rusher, I honestly feel like they're still gonna look at the defensive line, but it's gonna be a different position here. It's gonna be the defensive tackle position. They're gonna look at Ross Blacklock, TSU, and I feel like they're gonna want to add him to their defensive line here. Um, he's a nice prospect out of TSU. Another guy that kind of shot up draft boards a little bit, but at number 30 here, Green Bay Packers, a team that's definitely going to want to address that wide receiver hole. They do have Devontae Adams, but they need that complementary receiver next to him. Denzel Mims is really a guy that I like here at 30. He had an amazing combine. He's like 6'3", and he ran like low four, a low 4 point, 40-yard dash. So that was just really impressive to me, and impressive to a lot of other people because he shot up on the draft boards like a lot. So 31st pick here on the San Francisco 49ers. They did take receiver with their earlier pick, so I feel like cornerback is going to be in play for them. A guy that's still on the board here is AJ Terrell, and that's the guy that I feel like they're going to want to go get. Big body, kind of lengthy corner. Struggled in the big bowl game, but really, I feel like that shouldn't hinder his draft stock too bad. Honestly, his season was still pretty impressive. So was his career at Clemson. So yeah, the San Francisco 49ers are going to be getting a nice big body corner here in AJ Terrell. Then at 32 here, the Chiefs could do a few different things. They could be looking at corner here, like someone like Jalen Johnson, maybe even like a running back here for like DeAndre Swift or something. But honestly, I feel like they're going to want to protect Patrick Mahomes just a little bit more, And a prospect that I really like here, Cesar Ruiz, out of Michigan. And that's going to be the last pick here in the first round. Yeah, feel like they're gonna they're gonna want to protect Patrick Mahomes just a little bit more. And Cesar Ruiz is a really nice prospect here out of Michigan. So I don't see him falling to the second round really. So yeah, guys, that'll be the end of my 2.0 mock draft. This did include trades, like I said, and thank you guys so much for watching. Here it is right here. Yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and everything. So, like I said, guys, just stay tuned for more content. It's definitely going to be coming out. So, yeah,